So I think the greatest belief that we could ever have is our belief in ourselves and our belief in possibility. And I think that has to be earned. That has to be earned. You gotta show up for you enough times where you have that belief, you earned it. It's not like you do something in one day. The person who heals from a health condition finally says, oh my God, I thought this could work for me. They're showing up every single day, because if they don't show up, then they don't believe it's possible. And they have to show up to prove to themselves that it is. And did their meditation for a year.
Everything was all these opportunities, but always a confidence that I could pull it off. And that became just from age. But if you believe that you're good at what you do, and you strive to be good at what you do, you don't need to worry about what other people think. You need to be able to understand that you have your own confidence, that you can do whatever it is you're required to do, and other people will see that confidence in you. The minute you start doubting yourself, other people will see that you're doubting yourself, and that becomes a weakness in your personality. You always want to be confident in everything you do, that you can do it, you can get it done, you'll find a way to get it done.
You have the power to do more than you could ever begin to imagine. Don't underestimate yourself. You don't know enough about yourself to become a cynic. And so you've got to challenge yourself to access that power that you have within you. You're more than a conqueror.
But if you're in here and you're investing in yourself, that's the beginning of it, because you got to get the mental together, man. This thing that's going on inside your head is the whole determining factor, man. Don't nothing else matter. I can tell you everything until you believe it. We wasting time. If you don't believe yourself can be rich, why don't you get up and go home? If you don't believe you can have 2 houses, just get up and go home. If you don't believe that you should have the life of your dreams, get up and go home.
If the world's going to throw things at you, but you're willing to adapt and continue forward, then it really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. Because again, you don't need the straightest path. You don't need perfection. You need to believe and be confident in your ability to rearrange the pieces.
I think it's the self-confidence. If you believe in what you do and keep doing it, I mean, when I was young, I had a lot of people telling me you have to adjust to the other ones. You have to be like the other ones. I was listening, but I wasn't always following. Dragged it in, how do you say, I was listening, but I did my own thing. I kept doing my own thing, and I believed in myself. What was like the question there, like, they judge you even before you come, and they don't even know you. And that was outside the pitch and inside the pitch. But I kept going, and it brought me where I am today.
The real message is we all started from nowhere. I mean, we all had bullshit jobs. We all felt like losers. But through time and effort, you build a stronger human. You build a stronger body. You build a stronger mind. You build accomplishments and will and momentum. And then you look back and you go, hey man, I'm not washing tables anymore. You know, I'm not washing dishes. I'm not cutting lawns. I'm not digging ditches.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a different person now. But I used to be.
That's something you never recover from. Tomorrow morning, I'll wake up stronger. I'll feel alive. And I'll have the belief and confidence backing me up. After a good night's rest, I can only get better. When the towel's down in life, there's no more rounds, man. You threw it in. I feel like shit right now, but I can pick the towel back up. And I'm gonna be stronger tomorrow, the next round. Life, guys. It's a plan of action. If you don't have the plan, I guarantee you someone's gonna use you as part of their fucking plan. Stop fucking going about the day as a servant. Become the master. Run your day and stop having it run you. Believe in yourself. Be that one of 100 that has a belief instead of just fucking jaw-jack talk of intent.
To all you guys, all you youngsters who feel thwarted and put down and hopeless, believe me one thing. And the shaman said, build the ditches. Dig the ditches. For the rain. There is no rain. Dig the ditches and the rain will come. Now you non-believers may say, oh, that's nonsense. Well, believe what you want. That's the rational mind. I don't think the rational mind is working too well at the moment. It's the irrational mind, the subconscious. All my life, when I was a little boy, I dreamed of where I am now. I may have had a vision, I don't know. Didn't have much hope. And everything happened for me. And now I believe that we can condense time. We can pull it to ourselves. It's not about the future. Oh, I'm going to do something next year. It doesn't exist.
If you guys don't start believing in yourselves, your life will be nothing for anyone to ever follow or want. You have to believe what you're doing is making a difference. Because it fucking is.
You can hide behind a filter or you're just being yourself. And I choose to be myself. Even if I would do mistakes, even if I would do crazy things, what people would say, yeah, he's crazy, he's not good enough, he's not good for the image, blah, blah, blah. But I was just being myself. And then I go from there, you get more mature, you get older, you learn from things you do, there is a consequence from things you do, and that shapes the person. And I have a big heart, but I don't let people come in, because then I become weak. And I don't let many people come in my zone, because then you have two types of person. Either you meet the good guy, or you meet the person that will use you. So that's why I'm very isolated.
Your physical strength has left the building. The only thing left to override the differential of continuing the journey or stopping the journey is the mental strength. And you start to develop that. And mentally, you have a number in your head you're going for, even though your body's physically hit failure. You keep pushing past mentally, 3 more. Then when you finish it, you're like, God damn, man, I'm so glad I believed in myself. I'm so glad I didn't sell myself short, because at the end of the day, if you don't believe in yourself, who can you ever expect to? You guys must be the now of what you want to be later. It starts right now. And if you're not doing the now, don't ever expect the later to be the person you want to look in the mirror.
Yo, we all are great. We all should think that we're great. There's no reason for you to not think that you're great. If you don't think you're great, ask yourself why. Why don't you think the highest of yourself? When you do, people have no choice but to follow suit. You have no choice but to follow suit.
So you imagine that there's a lot of potential you locked in your genetic code. And then if you put yourself in a new situation, then the stress, that's the situational stress that's produced by that particular situation, unlocks those genes and then builds new parts of you. So that's very cool, because who knows how much there is locked inside of you.
Tomorrow doesn't exist. The next hour does not exist. It's all potential. But what we can do is drag the time into the present, now, into the solar plexus of our soul. Build the digits. Whatever you want to do, believe it, believe it, believe it, even if you don't believe it. Play the game of belief. Act as if you believe. That is power. That is sheer power. And it will happen. Believe you me. No fool like me has worked in my life or will work in yours. So never give up. Believe, believe, believe. I don't care if you're atheist or agnostic or anything. Believe, believe, believe.
You can be that guy. No, you can be that guy. I know what you're going to look like. And so if you have the courage to say yes today, welcome to your new life. That's it, man. We need one person to believe in you. We don't need everybody else to believe in you. I need one person. I need it to be you. Okay? And I believe. So I got you. I can't wait to watch this all go down. It's like, dude, someone has to tell someone who they are, and someone has to tell someone else what they see. And that's the leader. And if you're taking good care of yourself, so for all the people that are like a personal trainer, like, you also got to take good care of yourself. Because you can't be telling other people they can be something if you're not that also, right? Like, if you're not in good shape, I can't tell you that you can be in good shape, if I'm not in good shape.
You get yourself in a state of certainty that this is going to work. I'm going to find a way. And if this doesn't work, I will make the way. Then you tap a lot more potential. And when you're certain in your potential, you take massive action. When you take massive action, you really believe in something, you get great results. When you get great results, your brain goes, see, I told you I was a stud. I told you this thing would work out. Now you're even stronger. You tap more potential, take greater action, greater results. That's how you went from $300 in a week to $2,500 in 5 days to $100,000 in a month to $1 million in a day. Same thing with you. And we get momentum. That's why the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Now some people go out and they go, well, I'm going to take a bunch of action. All right, I'm going to open this product. I'm going to try it. And they'll say to you, I even did it. But it's like the salesman who goes and knocks on the door, and he knocks on 100 doors and says, Yeah, exactly right. And even if he doesn't say it verbally, his face says it because he doesn't believe it's going to work. So his voice, his body, the execution is so weak. If he talks to 100 people, somebody's going to buy a pity.
Nobody's going to believe in you until you've already done it. Nobody's going to come and celebrate with you until you've already done it, all right? The work is going to come before the belief, which means you're going to have to work for a long fucking time by yourself with no applause, with no awards, with nobody telling you good job. And then once you start to build something and people start to see the momentum and they start to see the result and you start doing some things, then you're going to get a little belief, all right? And then what's going to happen is you're going to believe. You're going to believe a little bit. And then what's going to happen? You're going to go do a little bit more work and a little bit more work. The results are going to come more. More people are going to believe, all right? Nobody fucking believes in you because you haven't done anything yet.
When's the last time you trusted yourself? You truly trusted yourself, where you didn't have to ask anybody else's opinion. It is knowing that your voice, your superpower, is who you should trust. How many times have you come up with an idea and you told somebody and you stop believing in that idea? You stop trusting yourself. So you go from doubt to listening to believing to trusting. You know what happens after trust? You start to grow.
Do whatever you're gonna do, but you're not going to bully me. You're not gonna to stop me because my mother made me believe in myself. No matter how many people tell me, stop believing in yourself. Stop saying what you can do. Stop affirming what you're gonna do and then completing that in real life. That's the improper way to do it. I refuse to follow those rules that society has set up in the way that they control people with low self-esteem, with improper information, with branding, with marketing. I refuse to follow those rules. It's about truth, it's about information, it's about awesomeness, and the only luxury is time.
You've got to bet on you. You believe in everybody else, you clap for everybody else, you support everybody else, you baking cakes and making cookies for everybody else. But when are you gonna look in the mirror and believe in the darn person you see? It's about time for you to believe in you because you got it. You got it. You just gotta bring that thing that's on the inside out. So when I went to the combine, I already knew what I had. It was just time for me to show the world. And that's what I did.
At the end of the day, guys, 1 + 1 is always gonna equal 2. 2 + 2 is gonna equal 4. And 10 years of motherfucking work when everybody else is partying, making excuses, doing the cool thing on the weekend is gonna pay off. And you'll never convince me otherwise. I'm talking to you guys right now who still have hope, who still have the fire, who still have the want and the will and the desire to fucking be more and become more and contribute more and win more because you know your life will be better and everybody else's life around you will be better. I'm talking to you, motherfuckers.
You know, sometimes I think that you really forget who you are. And you have this energy about you. It's in your soul. It's just part of who you are. I can see it, other people can see it, and I know that you certainly feel it. And this energy that you have, it's gravitating you towards something great in this life. You allow daily inconveniences or worries that you have about the future or the past to get in the way of that. And it's painful to see. Far too many people in this world fall short of their true potential for the same reasons.
We have to understand we're stronger than we anticipate that we are. We're a lot stronger than we believe we are. And by believing in yourself, you know what I mean, you can overcome the most darkest moments. It's all about the belief you have in yourself, not about what other people believe in you. It's about what you believe in yourself and your intestinal fortitude, how much you can really take. You know, when I used to read about Nietzsche, I used to think the Overman was a bad motherfucker. But you know why he was a bad motherfucker? Because he took everybody's pain and he didn't fight back. That was the Overman meant. The Underman had to take everybody's shit and never fight back. I never understood that.
I'm going to stand up and I'm going to influence and I'm just going to be me to the fullest. Because it's also with my approach, you know, it's a certain point of a level of like frustration because waiting for everyone to agree may take too long. Right. I'm not going to sit inside of a corporation for 20 years. The time is now. The time is now to express and for people to believe in themselves. The time is now for it to be okay to be great. People in this world shun people for being great, for being a bright color, for standing out. But the time is now to be okay to be the greatest you.
You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe that it's possible because you can create your reality. The perception that you have of the world, if you think there's only scarcity, there's no opportunity, that's how you are going to interact with reality. If you think that there's abundance, if you think that there's opportunity, then these things will manifest themselves to you. So you have to believe that you can.
You have to believe in yourself before you believe in anything else. God, you have to believe in you. And once you believe in you and have a relationship with you, it's nothing that you can't do. And that's just what it is. That's just the way the universe made it. Because they were never taught belief. They were never taught self-belief. They were only taught successful, so to speak. And so people don't understand the concept of living, so they want to live the way they want to live.
And the way that you can get to that state, because a lot of people are like, I have a lot of doubt. So do I. I have it all the time. Even if at these levels, right? You're doing 7-figure months. Dude, there's people doing 8-figure months. That's hard to fathom. That's hard to imagine. Yeah. But it's still possible. Yeah, of course. Is it difficult? Absolutely. But it's a mindset shift.
Once you start questioning yourself, you already lost. Once you start questioning yourself, once you start going into a state of depression and you start being by yourself and you start thinking and wondering, once you start wondering, you already lost. Even if you don't believe. I'm the best right now. And if you want to go through motivational speaking, you got to go through me. Ain't nobody doing it like this. They all wear shirt and tie. Ain't nobody bring hip-hop to motivation. I must be the greatest. I shook up motivational speaking. I changed the whole genre. I must be the greatest. Not because I'm cocky, but I gotta tell myself I'm the best if I'm gonna be the best. I gotta believe in me before anybody else believe in me.
I just believed in the plan. On paper and just, amongst the team, it always felt like it could work. It was a good plan. And that to be empowered the way we wanted to be empowered, to get to the level that we want to get to, that it was this route. And it seemed like you had to be comfortable being counted out at times, because if you was uncomfortable with that would put pressure on you to make decisions that might be premature, might work against you in the long run. That's why I call my whole shit the marathon. I think it was a lot of pressure to take the elevator for a moment, but the respect is what keep you in the game.
It's not, I've never, doubt is such a strange thing. I mean, it's be times where you succeed and there are times that you fail. So wasting your time doubting whether you're going to be successful or not is pointless. It is. I mean, you just put one foot in front of the other. You control what you can't control. If you lose, it sucks. But you're going to have to wake up the next day and do the journey all over again anyway.
It's like I say, we live in an external world. Everything is you got to see it, touch it. It's external. If you can, for the rest of your life, live inside of yourself. Stop listening to people who are calling you fat, gay, transsexual, nigger. Everything that is makes no sense. All these insecure people putting their insecurities on you, you gotta flush it out. You gotta just be whoever the hell God or whoever the hell you believe in. If you believe in nothing but yourself, I don't care what it is. You gotta take everything and throw it away. You have to believe in one thing, and that is yourself. And I'm not saying don't believe in God or what you believe in, but right now, for you to find greatness in yourself, you're not gonna find it by looking in a book or by even hearing me. I may give you the spark, but you've got to go inside yourself to find it.
The first way to get focus is to find purpose. The way to find purpose is you must identify what it is that you have to be purposeful in. Right when you are struggling with what to do, who you are, what's your next move, you are in an identity crisis. You are struggling with just who you are. See, you have not discovered who you are. You have to discover who you are in order to move you forward. If no one ever gave you the directions, let me ask you something. When you get up in the morning, you go get in the car or you walk out your door, you have a destination in mind.
You know why this gym's empty right now? It's not because it's hot out, it's summertime, and it's fucking 90-some degrees in here. No, that's not the reason why. It's because they've already quit mentally. They quit before they got the weather report. The weather report just encouraged them to stay quitted, if that's even a word. People quit, guys, because their focus is off. Mental focus is off. Meaning they've started a journey, right? And all they focus on is how far they have to still go, instead of looking at how far they've already come. If you look at how far you gotta go, it's like, oh my God, another mile? Then you look back and say, I've already gone 18 miles. Another mile, no problem. But if you never focus on the past and realize all those things you've overcome to get where you are, the distance ahead always seems like a forever journey. It's the reality of mental perception that dictates the physical attributes of action. If you don't believe it, this body can't do it. If you believe it, this body is unlimited potential of what it can do.
I figured out all these negative things in my life that were keeping me in this hole. I'm like, I gotta tell people, man, that hang on a second, man. You can fucking achieve the absolute impossible. You don't need great parents. You don't need a private school. You don't need to have this humongous GPA and all this other shit. What you need is the one thing I talk about in my book, which is straight up brutal work ethic. You have to be willing to outwork everybody in the world. And that's the hard part. That's the hard part. This isn't like some 5-step process where if you do these 5 fucking steps, you're gonna end up with this magical world. I'm basically teaching you how to callous over your victim's mentality.
Don't do beautiful work for the applause. The applause will come as a byproduct. Do your most beautiful work. Work hard on it, calibrate it, make it magic. See your work as part of a magic shop for what it introduces you to within yourself.
See, you can do anything. You can get up any hour, read any book, take any class, make any change, develop any skill, do any discipline. I mean, you can do it all. When this how and the why, or when the why starts to grow, the how gets simple.
If they can do it, I can do it. And that's the mentality. If somebody else can do it, you can do it. And I said to myself, I will do it and I will do it better. I try to, when I do something, want to be the best. I will not be happy being the second, third, or the fourth. My inspiration is that above everybody else. And that's in everything I do, in my project like this, in my football. And another thing, whatever everybody else says is not important. So if they tell you you're best, it's not important. The important is that you say you're the best.
No, every day is all in season for me. I don't listen to these fuckers. I don't listen to anybody below me. I don't even listen to my same level. I listen to people above. I've done more than me. I want their advice. Stop looking like you got shit all over yourself. Because that's why they'll come up to you trying to tell you something, pitch you something. They're basically giving you an insult, saying, hey man, you're doing it all wrong, you shouldn't be doing it, you shouldn't be doing that. Because you look like you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Just believe in what you're doing. You will be it soon enough. And then you can look down on those motherfuckers, rip your dick out and fucking urinate on them if you want. Fuck them. Believe in yourself and stop making sense of their fucking nonsense. If they were all that, they wouldn't be a trainer in the gym. They'd be somebody outside the gym. But they stay in their little fucking comfort zone and come up to you and prey on you to make themselves feel good. That's like me going to a fucking playground and punching kids to make myself feel better.
Well, 1 + 1 is 2. But if you can get through to doing things that you hate to do, on the other side is greatness. That's what people don't understand. By me running, I am callous in my mind. I'm not training for a race. I'm training for life. I'm training for the time when I get that 2 o'clock in the morning call that my mom is dead or something happens tragic in life. I don't fall apart. I'm training my mind and my body and my spirit so it's all one, so I can handle what life is gonna throw at me. Because the life I've lived, it throws a whole bunch at you. And if you're not physically and mentally prepared for that, you're just gonna crumble and you're good for nobody.
Well, everybody, it's Groundhog's Day again for David Goggins. If you pan it down here, you see it's about 3 o'clock in the morning and there's not a car or a person in sight. If you pan over here, it's the same thing, not a car or a person in sight. People want to know where I find my strength at, where I get my strength. I get it from a lot of places, but right now, this morning, I'm getting it from, there's not a motherfucker that's up. There's not a car, there's not a person. Everybody's in their bed, sleep, dreading that it's a Monday, hate it's a Monday. And I'm loving it. I'm loving that. Where everybody's getting weaker, I'm getting stronger. It's not about the running, the swimming, the push-ups, the sit-ups. It's about what those things do for your mentality. You don't get better on the daggone couch. You get better by coming out here and getting the fuck after it every daggone day.
If you go outside with no destination, what do? You wander around. Once you don't have a destination, you are going to wander around. You cannot get in your car without a destination. Where do you drive? So you are in an identity crisis, the same thing I was in. So you have to find your purpose. So let me help you with this. If you are in this situation, the solution is the first thing. You have to do the thing that God gave you. You just have to identify your gift. That's the first thing. Until you do that, you can forget it. You'll never find your purpose. You'll never know your mission. You'll never know the reason. So I think we're in an identity crisis. I think you have to identify who you are and what your real gift is and pursue the gift.
We've seen throughout history, the Olympics right now, the average man trained, pushed beyond his capabilities to something that no one's ever thought possible. And he's standing there as a testament that yes, it can be done. And yes, you can do it too. If you stop getting everything confused inside, allowing all these excuses to come in saying, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. You can do it. Why would you ever say you can until you go out there and try it?
A blade does not become strong. It does not become tempered until it's been through the fire. Until it's been through the fire several times. And this is just your first or second time through the fire. And there's a lot of hammer work that has to take place. And then you're going to have to go back in the forge again. And it's hot. And it melts you down and you're uncomfortable. And then life is going to pull you out and it's going to put you on the anvil and it's going to hammer on you some more. And you're going to say, what? Am I done yet? Am I a sword for the ages? No. No, you're not. You're not done yet.
Hey man, look, this is what you gotta do, bro. Wake up and grind. Wake up and grind. Wake up and grind. Every day. That's the method. I mean, it's not hard. If you get up every single day and put your mind to something, how could you really believe that you won't win? It's not possible. I mean, 99% of people already don't want to grind. So you just start and you're becoming the 1%. This junk is really simple, but you're making it hard. When all you have to do is wake up and grind. Every day. That's the method.
Some of you stop dreaming. You dream for a week and you stop because things around you don't look good. You dream for a month, and when you get hit in the mouth, you quit and you give up. You dream for a while, and when people tell you crazy, and when people tell you stupid, and when people tell you can never get done, you stop dreaming and you go back to knowledge. And I dare you to use your imagination. I dare you when you're broke to use your imagination. I dare you when you're rich to use your imagination. I dare you under every single circumstance. Keep dreaming. Keep looking at your dream. Keep focusing on your dream. Keep going after the dream.
Man, I learned when I was younger, like, you can't put your expectation of me on me. I'm me, feel me? And you're not gonna ever make me feel bad for it. You're not gonna, make me react to how you reacting to me. I don't care, I'm me. And if I part of who I am, is disrespectful or is, crossing the line of like basic things, I'm gonna check myself. But, we all are individuals. So for you to think my balance or my ratio, I'm too this or too that, and I ain't got enough of this and enough of that, that's all love. Just keep it to yourself, bro.
But what I was saying to myself the whole time on that track, and this is what I say to myself. Self-talk and visualization are two keys to my success. I believed for that last time, 19 miles, I was indestructible. Because I took myself in that chair, crapping up my back, peeing blood down my leg, shin splints, stretch fractures. I used all that for motivation versus negativity. I used it for motivation. I said to myself, who on this fucking earth would still be going right now? You are. You are. You gotta be the hardest motherfucker on the planet. Is it true? I don't give a fuck.
Somewhere down the line, we're all going to get dealt a dysfunctional card in life just by situations. And the earlier you get dealt a dysfunctional card in life, the fucking better. Because it gives you a much stronger hand when you come to play it.
How do I be better than what I was? Because if I do that, fuck. For me, I just beat me.
Yeah.
This ain't about nobody else. I don't fuck about nobody else. I just beat me. If I can keep beating myself, pause. If I can keep doing that, then that means that I'm in a battle with the only person that fucking makes sense. I'm in a battle with the only person that I really want to fucking beat, and that's me. I don't care about anybody else.
So if you're in the woods and you don't know where to go, start walking. You got to start walking because the perspective's not going to change. You have to start moving forward. You have to start taking steps in order to improve your vision, improve your perspective, change your perspective, make some kind of progress. And worst case scenario, you figure out that you walked the wrong direction. Okay, now you can go walk in the other direction. And that's going to be fine. But standing there lost and not doing anything is just waiting to die, waiting to starve to death.
You had nobody anyway, motherfucker. Look around you. There was no fucking team. It was you. There was no weight loss program. Mom and dad waking you up saying you can do it, you can be better, trying to build belief. You built belief when you had nothing. Rock bottom. You did that. So as times get hard for me, the truth comes out. And my truth is powerful as fuck. It's real. It's tangible. I feel it. It comes out of my brain as I speak about it. I'm reliving every single dark moment of my life to be here.
I had that one viewer, and that viewer made me keep going. And each day and more, week 2, I started averaging 4 viewers. Week 3, 8 viewers. Week 4, 20 viewers. So on and so on and so on. So I streamed every day. I didn't care about nothing else but YouTube, streaming.
I heard the devil say, go back to sleep. I was like, yeah, you're right. I should go back to sleep. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. I was like, bro, you want something. You know what I'm saying? He's like, why you getting up this early? You already number 1 in the world. You already number 1 in the world, E. You already doing what you're supposed to be doing. Like, E, you've been grinding. Just go ahead, it's 3. And my body said, yo, E, what would you go back to sleep for? I said, I'm tired. My body said, you're not tired. I said, well, why would you say I'm not tired? He said, because you woke up without an alarm clock. You woke yourself up.
I have no worry or gripe about the next man or woman's journey or their level of success. That's not what I'm up against.
Yeah.
If I can continue to outdo me from the day before, then I'm ahead. And I'm ahead. And that's the newfound energy that I got out of life now.
Like I believe in my dream. And the problem with some of y'all is you want somebody else to support your dream. It's yours. I don't owe you a dime. It's your dream. If you wanted to have it, get your butt up and make it happen. If you wanted to have it, rise and grind. If you wanted to have it, you're gonna have to do what I do, and that's get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. If you wanted to have it, that means you're gonna have to get home at 2:15 and get your butt up at 5 so you can get to Detroit by 6. That means you're gonna have to speak to the chief, and you're gonna have to act like you got all the energy in the world. Why? Because this is my time. This is my moment. Tomorrow. Ain't no such thing as tomorrow. We only got today.
You're not gonna score on every shot.
Right.
Doesn't mean you shouldn't take the shots. Doesn't mean you shouldn't try to hit the goal. But part of being able to continue to take shots is to have the strength of character to tolerate the fact that in that instance you weren't on top.
He would call me up or pull me aside with some major problem, some issue that was going on, and he'd say, "Boss, we got this and that and the other thing." And I'd look at him and I'd say, "Good." And finally one day he was telling me about some issue that he was having, some problem, and he said, "I already know what you're gonna say." And I said, "Well, what am I gonna say?" He said, "You're gonna say good." He said, "That's what you always say. When something is wrong and going bad, you always just look at me and say good." And I said, "Well, yeah. When things are going bad, there's gonna be some good that's gonna come from it. Didn't get the new high-speed gear we wanted? Good. Oh, mission got canceled? Good. We can focus on another one. Didn't get funded. Didn't get the job you wanted. Got injured. Sprained my ankle. Got tapped out? Good.
It's that place by yourself. It's those hours and years and decades by yourself in the grip of life When life has you by the throat and choking you out, and you're sitting there calm because you're trying to figure it out. You're not panicking. You're not quitting. You're not throwing in the towel. You're saying there's a way around this. And when you figure it out, when life has you gripped in a vice, and you can figure that out, that's when you overcome. That's when you overcome. And that's why that one moment for me in that tub, I didn't want anyone to take away from me. I do have a lot of fears today. But it's hard for me to call them fears anymore.
Yeah.
I don't use that word anymore. They're almost like it's another challenge.
Yeah.
Because anything that makes me feel that fear feeling is going to get overcome.
You go do it.
It's going to get conquered. That's almost like fear is my ultimate guide.
Every aspect of your life, a human being is capable of making it conscious. So once it's conscious process, it is no more something which decides the course of your life. It is not something that is compulsively working within you. It is something that you decide. That's how human life should be, isn't it? Everything you decide. You're not pushed or pulled into anything. And because it's compulsive, how many varieties of trouble people have gotten into? If people did something consciously, at least for 10 minutes a day, you would see all these things would go down dramatically. It need not be a compulsive track. It can be a conscious process. Once it is conscious, how much of what you need in your life can be decided by you. Whether something is needed or not also can be decided by you, isn't it?
Listen to me. If you're successful in this room, you've reached any level of success, you know that failure is a part of it. It's the ego that gets in the way when you look at failure as something negative. Failure is just a way, some say, to try it again, but to try it differently and try it better. Does that make sense? It doesn't mean quit, give up, poor me, overthink it, stop, say I'm not gonna do it, woe is me. That's not what it means. It means that you did a great job, but you didn't execute. Everybody say it with me, execution is worship. Come on, execution is worship.
You have to develop the ability to be disliked, because it's the only way that you can free yourself from the prison of other people's opinions. You know, it's funny, we tend to always assume other people are thinking about us as much as we're thinking about ourselves, but the truth is that everyone else is too busy worrying about what other people are thinking about them to bother noticing us in the first place. I say, if you cringe at your former self, that's good. It means that you've grown. You should actually never stop cringing.
When you walk into a room and you feel like you don't have the experience to be in a leadership position, the person that's thinking that is you. It doesn't really matter. Now, if you go in and try and overcompensate for that by saying, listen, I just graduated from college and I really know how to execute this stuff, you're gonna get crushed.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to make up for the fact that you actually don't know what you're doing. And everyone knows you don't. You just got here.
What you need is someone that is going to execute what they need to execute through pure discipline. Fear is overcome. Hesitation is overcome. It's not overcome by motivation. It's overcome by discipline. That's why it trumps all these bullshit emotions that are floating around in people's head. I'm scared, I'm afraid, I'm nervous, I'm hesitant, I'm not sure if I want to do this, I'm second guessing, all those little things. They're just overridden by one thing and one thing only, discipline. And that's what it's going to take.
If you're saying, okay, hey, when my alarm clock goes off in the morning, I hit the snooze button 3 or 4 times, and then I finally get out of bed and I brush my teeth for 20 minutes because I don't want to start my day. I don't want to go face that hard workout. And that kind of procrastination, that kind of overthinking and having a debate in your own head and saying, well, I did work out yesterday. I'm kind of sore from that. So maybe you're rationalizing. In those situations, I just turn my brain off and I do what I'm supposed to do. I rely on discipline. I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. I'm going to make things happen immediately. I know that hesitation is going to bring me regret in 2 or 3 hours when I realize I wasted my morning doing something that I shouldn't have been doing. So from that component, turn off your brain and go do what you're supposed to do. That's what you need to do to overcome that procrastination.
It's been good, and I ain't gonna lie. The media has definitely motivated me through this whole thing. I was being a kind of a wise ass the other day at the press conference, but at the same time, I'm dead serious. fucking bet against me. Bet against me. Tell me it's not gonna happen. Tell me it's gonna fail. I love it. I love every minute of it.
One of my favorite weird tiny things that I know is going to resonate with 2% of this audience, when I'm on a pickup basketball team of random people, when our team gets smoked, like 11-3 in the first game, the second that 11th point goes in, I get so hyped. When we get smoked, where it's very obvious to everybody that 4 of the 5 best players are on one team, and that's why the score was 11-1. Everyone's natural inclining is to like, let's reshoot for new teams. Mine is this deep excitement to get the other 4 people together, looking at everybody's face and say, guys, we're gonna win this game because we're gonna outwill them, even though they are dramatically more talented. We're gonna outthink them, and most importantly, we're gonna outwill them. And when that happens, because by the way, 70% it doesn't happen. The talent is just too great. And unfortunately, we also found somebody on the other side who's talented and has will. But the feeling when you know that you are dramatically inferior and you get a group together and you out-accomplish them predominantly on will with a mix of strategy, there's something there that just gets the hairs on the back of my neck up.
And I didn't know that I was going to ever get the credit for it or ever get the results for it. So I know what it's like to be unknown and to, you know, not have the lights on you and to want to be seen and want a scholarship to a big school and things like that. I was behind the scenes doing the work. So I don't forget those steps that it took for me to get here. So, you know, even though I got a family and I got all these commercials and, you know, these endorsements, I don't forget the thing that makes all of those things possible, which is the work, the discipline, the compassion, you know, all of those things that I know I bring as a person. I know that's a part of why I've been able to get a lot of the things that I've gotten. So if I get away from doing what got me here, I'm doing my family and everybody else around me a disservice. So I make sure that I stay true to that first. And the more that I do that, you know, things just keep coming. And I've gotten results from that my whole life. So why would I become 30 and see the results that I got and go away from it? You know, so I've gotten stronger in those things. I've gotten more discipline. I work harder. I work smarter.
It's not about the underdog so much. I think we're all an underdog. I think the top CEO on the planet Earth still has that doubt. I don't give a fuck where you're from. Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, the best on the planet. We're all underdogs. Whether you're an underdog because you put yourself there to be hungry, or you're just a real life underdog. We're all an underdog. And so this is about the mind and people discovering the mind, their own mind. And one thing I know is we all have an equation. We all have an equation. Like, you know, I talk about 3.14 is pi. There's different equations to figure out different kind of, you know, mathematical problems. We as human beings are mathematical problems.
Mentality of an underdog is, I'm not enough, so I have to do double, I have to do triple, I have to always do more than someone else. I have to figure it out, I have to find the harder path, I have to climb up the mountain. The overdog, to just be antithetical, is to say, I've got some stuff figured out. I no longer have to put in the same kind of energy and effort. I have to be more precise and be a sniper and like hit a target, hit one target and hit that one really well, versus the underdog who hits like 70. If you go back in time, I'm sure there was a point in your history where you were doing so many things so often, so frequently, you're just hoping for a dart to hit the wall and like stay in the cork, let alone hit a bullseye.
I've always had an interesting mindset about that. Obviously we come in with the underdog by all measures, but you just gotta, as a player, you can't think that way. You gotta go out there and you gotta think that you have the same talent level as them. I know they have draft picks, and I know I'm not going to the NBA, but I know on any given night I can compete with those type of guys, and our team can compete with those type of guys.
He had all those people come out, campaign for him, and I told all of my guys, no, don't come out, because I wanted to be the David and not the Goliath. I want to be the underdog and kind of say, look, this is just between me and the voters. So that was my vision.
We are leaving a lot on the table. My book is called Can't Hurt Me. Why is it called Can't Hurt Me? Life isn't fair. We have to understand that. It shouldn't be fair. It's a trial ground, it's a testing ground. It's built to make us harder. It's built to make us as strong as we can, to test us, to drive us. So, mentality is the only thing that gets us through life. I was an underdog. We are all underdogs in life. Even the baddest person in the world should think that way. So you should always have I've never arrived mentality. And the can't hurt me mentality
It doesn't matter where you come from, the sewer or wherever you think you're from. When I got out of the sewer, I got to the road and looked around and said, can't hurt me. Nothing should be able to hurt you. If you believe that, it starts to become true.
If you want to build something the world's never had, if you want to make more money than you ever imagined, you don't compete. You want to compete, you fight over crumbs. I create, I kick all your... What is an underdog? Are you an underdog? Is somebody who was poor, somebody who was doubted when they were young, somebody who didn't have a good leader. Some of you guys were labeled ADD, ADHD, OCD, bipolar, you're an idiot, whatever. To me, you know what I know? Those people are the most dangerous people in this room. I've learned when I was younger, what you don't have as a kid, you crave as an adult. I feel sorry for any of you because you can't have this magic superpower that I have, being raised poor and made fun of. You have no idea the fuel and the chip I have on my shoulder. I will rip your face off. You do not want to play against me. I will never quit. I will always be consistent. I will never slow down, and I will always come back. Nobody wants to stand in front of somebody that won't stop fighting. That's the dangerous power of an underdog.